Good evening and welcome back to a regular meeting of the Burbank City Council on Tuesday, January 27th, 2026. Today's study session item is a discussion of a resolution approving a clean energy purchase contract for prepaid renewable energy. I welcome Joe Lilio, Chief Financial Officer with Burbank Water and Power, to please present the report. Welcome, Mr. Lilio.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor Takahashi, Vice Mayor Mullins, City Council members. So tonight we'll be discussing an opportunity for Burbank to save money on existing power purchase agreements, or PPAs. This opportunity is a clean energy tax-exempt bond prepayment program run through Southern California Public Power Authority, or SCAPA, which we are a part of. Burbank will be partnering with the cities of Pasadena, Colton, and Vernon Utilities on this opportunity. The bond size has to be a minimum of $500 million, and our portion does not meet that, and that's why we're partnering with these other cities through SCAPA. So this item did go before Burbank Water and Power Board on January 8th, and it was unanimously supported by the board. And quick background. In 2024, SCAPA worked with Anaheim Public Utilities on an inaugural prepaid clean energy transaction. That prepayment bond saved Anaheim $3.5 million annually. And so that program went through SCAPA, and Burbank recognized that and brought before the SCAPA Finance Committee the opportunity to discuss, why don't we look at this and other SCAPA members to join a similar opportunity so we can potentially save some dollars on our PPA contracts. Burbank has also used this structure before back in 2007 with natural gas. So we've had a prepaid bond deal issued back in 2007 that saved approximately $800,000 per year since that issuance. Savings in the marketplace are dependent upon when the actual bonds are issued, but based on today's marketplace, we will be saving about $1.3 million per year on our PPA contracts. And again, these are contracts that already exist that we're already paying. Okay, so this opportunity does not change Burbank's risk profile, and it does not change the nature of the green energy that Burbank is receiving. So these are the four contracts, PPAs, that we'd be including in the prepaid bond deal: Desert Harvest 2 Solar, Copper Mountain Solar, Wild Rose Geothermal, and Thule Hydro. And again, these are all existing contracts that we are currently paying for right now. So I would like to turn it over to Michael Berwanger. He's the Managing Director for PFM Financial Advisors. He's also SCAPA's Municipal Advisor. We also have here Victor Hsu from the law firm of Norton Rose Fulbright, and he is SCAPA's Bond Counsel.
Welcome.
Good evening. Thank you, Joe. Good evening, Mayor, council members. I'm clicking through. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through a little bit of how this works. So as Joe said, you are a tax-exempt entity. You already borrow money for various purposes for capital. So we're using the same allowances that allow you to do that for the prepayment related to the energy existing under your already existing power purchase agreements. We will be issuing, SCAPA will be issuing on your behalf tax-exempt municipal bonds to do so. What will happen is this will result in a discounted energy rate, again, on already negotiated power purchase agreements. They've come through this body before. You already have an existing fixed price on those. All we're seeking to do is lower the price on those existing contracts. So what will happen is, starting on that left sort of arrow box, is that Burbank, on those four PPAs that Joe identified, will be assigning energy rights on a limited basis to SCAPA. SCAPA will be issuing clean energy bonds on behalf of Burbank and the other three participants in the transaction. Burbank will then repurchase the same energy at discounted rates. And obviously, your customers will realize the benefits of those savings. Making my slide just a little bit more busy. We want to talk about drilling down a little bit more of what's going on here. So At the top, we have what's going on today. So you have existing power purchase agreements with various electric suppliers. What's going on in those arrangements is that you are receiving energy, and as you receive that energy, you make a payment for that energy. You do not pay these suppliers unless you receive the energy. You are protected in that way. What will happen when we do the prepay structure through SCAPA? As I mentioned, you will be assigning in your existing PPAs into SCAPA. SCAPA is assigning them into a counterparty. The counterparty will deliver the same energy back to SCAPA and back to you. What's Burbank's obligation? Your obligation now, instead of interfacing with the electric suppliers that you contract with today directly, you're interfacing with SCAPA for the same energy. SCAPA delivers to you energy, you will make a payment for that energy. If they fail, because the project failed, you will not make payment for that energy. You'll be in the same spot as you are today. The difference is, on the dollar side, is that you will be paying less, hopefully about 10% less, about $1 million less on those purchases. On the SCAPA side of things, SCAPA will be facilitating this through issuing non-recourse tax-exempt bonds. Why do I say that? You're in other SCAPA projects where you're obligated for your share financially. You have to make payment to SCAPA, which essentially will directly support bonds. This does not work like this. This works like your existing gas prepaid deal, where you have no obligation on the bonds. Your pledge is not to the bondholders directly. That's SCAPA's pledge through the monies they're receiving, but you're not directly tied in. Your obligation is the same as it is today, except you're paying less. If you receive power, you pay for the power. If you don't receive power, you make no payments. Can't talk about this without talking about risks and benefits. I think we spent some time on the benefit side, so let's talk about the risk side of the equation. From our perspective, your key risk is you're going to do this, and if the transaction terminates, you will lose your savings. So if you've come to realize or rely on that $1 million every year for budgetary purposes, you will no longer have that. Issues with respect to the bonds or SCAPA's issues to go deal with. What will happen is that, as sort of articulated through here, second sort of row there, you've assigned these contracts into SCAPA. If this does not work out, those assignments will terminate. You will go back to where you were under your existing contracts, facing the suppliers directly, paying the suppliers directly. Needless to say that we've been at this for, I think, coming on a year. So we've had rigorous legal negotiations, financial negotiations. We believe that this is well structured to protect you. You're not the first one to do this. Anaheim has come before, as well as several others of your peers. In the future, when there's a reset on the bond side of things, if the discount that we're expecting and we're enjoying for the initial period dips, you have protections to terminate the transaction if something happens and it falls below guaranteed minimums. The framework here that we're putting in place also suits well for where the utility is going, future renewable contracting. So as you continue to expand your portfolio with additional RPS compliant PPAs, you would have the opportunity to continue to either support this transaction with those and save money on those PPAs, or put them into a future transaction if you so chose. With that, I think we're taking questions.
Great, thank you for your presentation. Now we will do council questions. Any questions from council? Vice Mayor?
Hi, thank you for the presentation. Not necessarily a question, but I do want to confirm there's no risk or obligation to the city associated with the prepaid for the renewable energy and our new way of working with SCAPA on this.
Right, as far as the bond issuance.
Yes.
That's correct, yeah. SCAPA is issuing the bonds, not Burbank.
Okay, so what I just want to confirm that we heard this correctly, that our obligation and the risk is still as current what we're doing right now.
Correct, the current PPA contract. So if for some reason we wanted to walk away, we would just walk away and then it'd be the status quo.
Okay.
I don't see why we would, because it's potential savings. It's
Sure,
very real.
sure.
And again, about $1.3 million per year.
Yeah. I
be
think it's
monitoring.
just knowing that we're doing something different and working with CAPA. Sometime there is a concern from the public saying, well, what happens? What if there is a risk? Is there, do we lose the money? What happens? But I'm glad to hear that we receive the energy, they get the check, basically. So if we don't get the energy, they don't receive the check.
Correct. Right.
And that is exactly what you're doing today. So instead of 4 different counterparties, now you have 1.
Okay, thank you.
Madam Mayor, if I could ask, because there was a question when Vice Mayor Mullins asked her questions about the renewable energy credits. Can I ask the question, does this affect at all the renewable energy credits and how they get assigned?
No, so we're still 60% by 2030. And the state's requirement, RPS goal is 100% by 2045. Burbank has chosen to be a little bit more aggressive, 100% by 2040. So that does not change at all, no.
Yes, Councilmember.
I just want to thank you all for looking at creative ways that are very low risk to help us save some money, which essentially passes down back to our ratepayers.
Yes.
It helps us make sure the rates are not exuberant for them as we move forward, which is really important at this time. So thank you for that. I don't have any questions, and I will step away to pump now. I'll see you all at 6.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Rosati, any questions? You're good? Okay. I just have one quick question, or maybe 2. So what will be the on-the-ground rate increase or decrease? What would be the effect on the ground of the rates for the buyers, the residents?
Council did approve 2 years of rate adjustments. The first one just went through effective January 1st of 2026. The second one is January 1st, 2027. So this would have the potential of reducing future rate adjustments. Wouldn't know that until we actually do a study. We have to do a cost of service study. But this 1.3 million per year, that's a cumulative, right? Over a 10-year period, you're talking 13 million or more. Plus the funds that are retained in our reserves, and then you're investing that. So it's a whole compound effect, and it will definitely have an impact, a positive impact on rate adjustments moving forward. But I can't give you a solid number now until we actually do a cost of service study.
Great, thank you. So it sounds like, unfortunately, our rates still will be going up in the years to come, but that they will be going up less because of this.
That is correct, yes.
Okay, well, thank you for looking for ways, as the council member pointed out, looking for ways to reduce the increases in the future that we know are coming, and to find ways to both reduce that increase and continue our renewable portfolio. So thank you so much for the presentation and for taking time to explain this complicated process to us and to the community, and for all you do for trying to keep our rates low.
Thank you. It's a team effort, so I want to thank
you
the
to the
team
whole
as well.
team. Yeah, great, thank you. Okay. So being that the study session is now over, we have another half an hour until the council member meeting starts. So we'll take a half-hour break and be back at 6 o'clock.